Hello, hello, everybody. Can you hear me now? I feel like I'm in a Verizon commercial. Hello. Can you hear me now, Cookie Monster? There we go. Thank you, Streamlabs. Hello, Caroline. And my beasties. I am going to try to stay as long as I can. I doubt there will be many of us. You're getting makeup-free Stephanie because this is day post-surgery. So, special request. I'm coming to visit. Been a rough few days, but we're going to hang out. We're going to talk for a few. I've missed you all. We're going to go over some stuff that's going on, questions you have, stuff you want to do. Hi, MB. I'm glad you could join us live. So that you get me in all my makeup-free glory today. In a hoodie. I doubt we're going to have many people. I know Kurt's streaming. Madcore is streaming. There's a bunch of people. But since I had to cancel my last one, I figured I'd at least drop in and say hi. Let everyone know what's going on and see what's going on with you guys. So we're going to be real informal tonight. How are you doing, Caroline? I look great, don't fret it. Thank you. It's that day after surgery thing. It just happened to be my luck. Everyone knows I have a port, and they're really hard to miss. But somehow the anesthesia nurse missed. So a whole bunch of like anesthesia drugs ended up in the muscle. So it's been like the world's worst hangover as they like slowly absorb. I'll be like totally fine. 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for bed. I don't know watching. I mean, I don't know who else you could hear. No. Hope you can hear me. So you guys get to let me know what you want to talk about. And we're gonna have just a chill hangout. We're not gonna be real structured tonight. I have a few edited videos going up. The what's in my gun bag video was supposed to be up, but excitingly, one of the brands featured in the gun bag, I'm waiting for a confirmation, has a discount code for you guys. So before I post that video, I want to get confirmation from them that the code's going to work so you guys can get a discount on fun gun stuff. Glad you can hear me watching you. So we'll do some talking. Like I said, we're gonna keep it real casual tonight. Feel free to ask me anything you'd like. There's not gonna be many of us here, and that's okay with me. Hi, Stephen. Like the name. So, I mean, I guess we're just going to address one of the elephants in the room. You will no longer see me interacting with Uncivil. I occasionally pop up in his chat because I still have a wrench for some reason. But other than that, you guys aren't going to see me there. So if there are people there that are looking for me, send them over here. The video is going to go up, Cooking on Steve, hopefully Monday. I just need confirmation. But the short list is several kinds of hearing protection, lots and lots of different kinds of ammunition, some troubleshooting equipment, different kinds of lube and cleaners, um, kind of the usual stuff. But one of the brands that I like has reached out to me. They saw an Instagram post, and they saw the lube video, and they have offered a discount code. So I just need to make sure that's all working. So you'll get to see what's in my very boring gun bag. I think everyone expects me to have a much prettier gun bag than I do. It's just a Browning. It's nothing special. Um, when Washington State passed the magazine ban, it ruined a lot of gun stores. You're right, watching you, it did. Um, there is a story coming up soon. I'm doing a top 5 reasons to use one of the online gun brokers, and I am doing a top 5 reasons and things you need to know about purchasing firearms and firearm accessories online through some third-party sellers. So we're going to cover that soon. But like I said, you will no longer see participation with the uncivil law. I have a feeling after tomorrow, a lot more is going to be clear. I will say, as of right now, unless something drastic happens, tomorrow night there's going to be a really interesting collaboration between Divinity Says, myself, and the Madcore Mofo. Watching you, he's live right now. You will remember the Madcore Mofo and Div Says because they are the two adversaries that went up against Kurt in the copyright blow up drama. I have since sat down and talked to the two of them. Things have been worked out. We're all good. Water under the bridge. But they've asked me to appear. Oh, thank you, watching you. I feel honored. Madcore has asked me to join me on his chant, me to join him, and Div and some of the people that were involved in the whole copyright strike gate to join them to talk through some of what happened and clear some things up. And so I have a feeling any civility that's left between he and I will probably be gone after tomorrow. And in all honesty, it was kicked off by the last live stream. If you were here, I didn't particularly appreciate being called stupid and talked down to like I was a child. And when I said you guys could ask me anything, I generally will answer just about anything. But when you start asking me questions about my medication dosages or saying my doctors suck, which, I mean, there's good and bad in every field. But when you start discussing like personal details about my physicians and you're being obnoxious, I'm gonna boot you mid-live streaming. That was kind of the final straw. So I do hope you guys will join me tomorrow evening. I'll put it up on the community tab with Div and the Madcore Mofo and all his mofos. You will find them a little closer to Rakita's people, but not as extreme. But all will come to light. As my mother always said, what happens in the dark always comes to light, and it shall tomorrow. There was a line, it was crossed or not shocked. Correct, it was. I don't think most people were shocked. I wasn't shocked that lines were crossed. I tried to have some civil discourse with him after. The response I got essentially was, Well, you said ask me anything. I said I did. I also said I reserve the right to not answer certain things, and um, you know, I reserve the right to defer. So for the most part, I'm a very open person, but like dosages and things like that, that's to me that crosses lines, and that's a little too. Um, I actually, Redneck, I'm glad to see you here. I've missed you. Like I said, everybody's always welcome. Come join, tell people you can find me. How did I come up with the channel name? So I've told the story a couple of times, but I'm very tall. I am 5'10", closer to 5'11". I am fairly thin, and I have naturally black hair. And I always got compared to Maleficent when I was in high school. And Maleficent, Malcontent, it was a nickname of mine in high school. I was just kind of known as Mal. I played sports. Someone got me a shirt at Disney one year that said, "Silly little bitch, don't mess with the queen." No, it was like a Maleficent shirt, and it stuck. um, and then when I first started to work as a fireman and paramedic in SWAT, they gave me the call sign of Loki, the god of mischief and mayhem, because we could go like a month with nothing happen, like nothing major happening. I worked 3 or 4 days in a row, and I had a shooting a shift. um, I would, it would be totally quiet all day. Stephanie worked. There was a school stabbing. Totally quiet for weeks. There's a summer cookout massacre. I was on the news daily. So they, in fire, EMS, public safety, a lot of people will say someone's a black cloud, and my boss started calling me the vortex of doom, and said that I just like mischief and mayhem. So they started with the Loki thing. So Lokificentyt is the cross between Loki and Maleficent, which have been longtime nicknames. And the Lair thing, one of my friends just jokes that you come to my house, we're all going to end up in the Lair because my whole house is kind of a man cave. And, sitting down around a gun safe or cleaning guns, drinking whiskey, it's my Lair. I'm I'm a simple person in that regard. So redneck, that's how it came up. Yes, the black cloud's very much a byproduct of me, as is probably lots of mischief and mayhem. I know there's gonna be some mischief and mayhem tomorrow night, but we'll see. Yeah, black clouds are definitely mine. So that's how I came up with the name. So, like I said, you can feel free to ask anything. So, or we can just gonna discuss anything you guys would like to see how long I last. Uh-oh, my computer's gonna die. Give me 1 second, people. Okay, there we go. Get the power situation fixed. There we go. Um, sorry. Laptop is dying. Wasn't sure why. So let me catch up. I don't remember what I was saying. Give me a sec. Texas Beast. You're reading a book with this on in the background. Well, thank you. I feel honored. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, my voice, but people seem to like it. Let's see. Maybe you were the Muno Loon because anytime I was on duty, the crazies came out. No, no, the crazies were always out. I could tell stories of being in EMS with the crazies. I attract them, um, both in my personal life and in my professional life. No, no, the Black Cloud was. I mean, and I've shared this before. I've had a few. I've had a school shooting, a school stabbing, both of which made the news worldwide, and then I have had quite a few major incidents. And it was literally like a shooting. Like, I would not go a shift without making it onto the news. So mischief and mayhem it is. So let's see. People go too far when we're in treatment. I hope the right comes from a good place in a heartbeat. And I do not, etc. Not get rid of this up. Yeah, Celt Warrior. I give people grace and leeway. Um, when you ask medication dosages or about specific things, I'm done. Especially if you're someone that knows me in my personal life and has a little bit more information, and you chose to try to air it out and bring it during my live stream. We did have a big blowout after the first live stream he was on with me where he berated one of you guys. I was not, you don't. My channel, my house, my chat. All my beasties know to be appropriate with my guests, and I expect that my guests know to be appropriate. If there's something that needs handled, I'm more than capable of handling it. And so we had it out over him lashing out at a couple of channel members. Um, but more will be made clear tomorrow night with Madcore. Uh, Kelt, you're having problems getting 6.5 correct or rimless. Any ideas? Kelt, where are you? That's kind of a state-specific question. Watching you, I'm leaving my local fire department due to lack of faith and trust in leadership. Watching you, if you go ahead and message me, I can see what I can do to help you through it. Sometimes it isn't that you need to leave your department. I mean, we've all left departments because of issues. But if we want those issues and things to change in public safety, sometimes you have to become the leadership or bring in leadership in order, or influence the leadership in order to enact change. I can tell you I was one of the few females in the fire department. I'm one of the few females. I can drive a killer, heavy rescue, operate the machine. Not many women are driver operator. Not many women are. I mean, you get interior qualified, but not many females do technical rescue and stuff. And there's growing pains. That's them, but there's always a way to turn it around. So you can either leave if it's that bad and find a different department, or you could try to enact change, and I will gladly assist you with that if you would like. You guys know you can get a hold of me on my Instagram, by email. I have my Patreon. Pick some place to try to answer you guys as soon as I see things. In North Carolina. Let me check. Kelt. Kelt, I'd have to look. Let me see what I can do. Have you looked on Gunbroker? Or for any of this, like any of the online ammo places? That could be part of it. The interim chief got me blackballed in getting an FTE position within the company, works for directly, and that I'm a vendor for. Yeah, watching your daily, reach out to me on Instagram. I don't want to drag this out on live stream and involve companies, but we'll talk it out on a live. We'll talk it out behind the scenes, and I'll see if I can maybe help guide you. Yeah, the crazies are always there. They flock to some more than others. Yeah, that would be me. That tells me to stop adopting strays all the time. My female's like, can you just not? Like, enough with the strays. So, yeah, and like I said, you might have to go online. Um, Hit me up on Instagram so I have a way to get back to you. I will talk to a few of the people I know down there that have ammunition resources. Um, I reload so it's easier, but I don't reload that. Let's see, I think I'm gonna miss something. Yeah. Kelly, you just got blank. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Kel, just hit me up on Instagram. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can find someone. Let me see if I can find an ammo supplier that you can get in North Carolina. Let's see what I can do to help you there. But yeah, watching you, they definitely flock to some more than others, and that's usually me. I gotta watch out with that. Gotta watch. But oh my lovelies, like I said, a lot more should be clear after the Madcore stream. Redneck girl, I've missed seeing you. I missed my people in chat. So the reason I wrote here in this chat is to say hi to people because I miss my people. They're my people. Regardless of him, you guys are my people. You're who I started this for. So, um, some fun stuff coming up. I have a couple collabs coming up. I have a couple reviews coming up for you guys. What else? What other fun stuff do I have going on? No other than remember when I did surgery yesterday. And I didn't talk much about it other than I was still tired. I did have surgery yesterday. It was a minor cardiac catheterization to kind of look at some things that they couldn't see on our imaging studies. And unfortunately, they've determined that most likely I will need open heart surgery in the next few months. So that's kind of where that's sitting. That's why yesterday I said I needed to process some stuff because nobody's got time for that. If I do have open heart surgery, you guys can expect a whole lot of Loki live in the hospital bed because I'm gonna have nothing else to do. Nothing. It's gonna be like gun talk 24/7 with Stephanie in the hospital room because otherwise I get bored. Oh no, the text messages are screwing. Steven, hello. Yeah, sorry to hear that. It happens. I was hoping. Hi, Kendra. Hi, my love. I was hoping it would be able to be fixed and dealt with via cath. Even the doctor in recovery, she was like, what we found was not on my farthest corner of my mind of something they were going to have to address. But it's something that can only be addressed via removing some ribs to get to it. So that'll be fun. But you'll get more of me because I'm gonna have nothing else to do while I'm recovering. Um, I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram. Let's see if I can pop this up here. Oh no, I will let myself get bored. I will be sitting here talking to you guys about guns like 12 hours a day in a hospital room. I'm not gonna have much of a choice. They're not gonna let me out. They're not gonna let me out after heart surgery, so it's gonna be like 12 hours of gun talk live. Why not? Why not? It sounds like it can be addressed. Yeah, it can be addressed most likely. We're talking like 4 to 6 surgeons and a good 12 hours of surgery, but we'll get through it. The Lair's not shutting down. We're gonna party in the Lair. Be it hospital room, my room, we're partying. We're gonna do it. Um, why not? So we have all of that. Hey, Anne. Um, so I have that stuff planned. What else? Um, I am editing a video. Anybody has seen one of my first videos on the channel was about why I carry and about carjacking. Well, in light of obviously the carjackings and the kidnappings, I have an updated video about what you can do if you find yourself in a position like that. So that's going to be coming up. I'm going to try to go live once or twice a week. Once or twice a week for you guys. Along with some recorded stuff. I have a lot more time now that I'm not spending all my time dealing with Earth's channel stuff, so we're gonna have fun in a lair over here. You're waiting for the security interruption during the live stream from the hospital. It might be like nurse interruption more than security. Security is just gonna be like, why is this chick with tubes and wires sitting here with a camera? But why not? It'll be fun. I will be collaborating with the Pew Pew Jew. He's an awesome guy. He's out of Texas. And he and I talked yesterday about a collaboration, a couple collaborations coming up with very cool people. So we've got that going. We've got that going for us. What else? Oh, would you guys be interested in, we can either break it down live or I can do it as a recorded, in the discussion about Milwaukee suing Sig Sauer over the pistols and over negligent discharge. If you guys are interested in it, I will cover it. If you guys don't really care, I won't waste my time. But Sig Sauer is being, well, they're attempting to be sued because people are stupid. So you guys let me know. If you guys have things, you see news articles, topics you want covered, send them over to the email. Kendra's been helping me with a lot. Kendra's been helping me with a lot. She's a good friend. So if you can't, yeah, and then I have my own Discord, so I'll make sure to put that link. Okay, so everyone wants me to cover it was a police negligent discharge. There was a police negligent discharge. I believe there was two, but their issue is they're saying SIG is at fault for the negligent discharge due to pistol design, which is not, in fact, totally true. So do we want to do that one recorded or live? Would we like to have the negligent discharge? Yeah, watching, I agree. So let's do it. We'll cover it. Okay. So now my group that's here, there's like 9 of you. Let's vote. Live or recorded? Who wants to turn this into a round table? Too many rumors. I want the facts. Texas, I will bring you the facts. You know I'm all about the facts. Not rumors. Not rumors. So, yeah, see, they're not going to sue them out of business. This kind of lawsuits happened before. It's not that hard to prove stupid. Let's do it. Okay, live with the edit released later. Okay, live with edit released later, guys. When do we want to do it? Let me try to make this week. Do it. Okay, Cal. Guys, what time of day or night is best for you? My core little group. What time is best for you? So I know when to try to target my live for. Which doesn't require editing. Yeah, and I generally don't record with a Premiere for discussion. Live's good. We'll do it live. We'll do it live with questions. And then I can just replay it for a replay crew. It's not a big deal. I don't have an issue with that. Almost 11. It's almost 11 right now. So do we want to do a later one or a slightly, yeah, Death Nights are better. Okay, I'll pick an evening later this week and we will cover the SIG lawsuit. Uh, we will. I'm Eastern too, so it's going to be night Eastern. Not a problem. Probably like 10 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock EST. Maybe a little bit later for my West Coasters, if it's better for people like Texas. And we will cover the lawsuit and all the stupid. I have the update on the carjacking and how to protect yourself. I've got a bunch of cool content in the works now that I don't have to focus on other people's stupid. We can have more fun over here. So we're going to cover the SIG then. We'll cover that one later this week. So, woohoo! Lots of gun fun. I will say, anything that you guys want me to cover that involves me physically handling a firearm or ammunition has to be recorded and edited. But I can't handle them on live stream. I'm looking into Rumble and Odyssey. Well, possibly through like my Patreon for people, and so we can do some live stuff for you guys with messing around with firearms without some of YouTube's rules. YouTube is getting a little insane with some of theirs. Somebody did message me and ask me, I think it was actually Kendra, when I see the list there, I'll bring it out. I will put up some pictures of it and then I will bring it out and I will edit that video. That has to be edited because I can't handle it on stream because they'll yeet my channel. So I'll bring the list there out. Maybe I'll record that one tomorrow. I shall record. Yeah, why not? I'll record the list bear tomorrow. Have some fun with it. I feel like there's time on the West Coast. Okay. I'm going to bring out the list bear. So we'll have fun with all of that. We'll have fun bringing out guns. We're going to talk about reloading. We're going to talk about safety. We're going to talk about all the stupid. We will talk about the stupid. We're going to talk about one stupid that's going to be fun. A former coworker of mine, her son shot himself in the foot, but claimed the gun did it. And it was in a holster, and he was not at fault. I'm like, is this a Magic Alec Baldwin weapon? And from looking at the pictures, I figured out why he had this negligent discharge, and they weren't well happy. So, watching you. And what's the no for? No, watching you. It actually has nothing to do with that. The official statement from SIG says if you drop the 320 at the right angle multiple times, you can get a negligent discharge. But if you'll remember, in my breaking down my M&P video that doesn't have the hammer strike or fire, what did I say? It will fire if you drop it hard enough. That's the problem. Nothing to do. Shooting himself in the foot, yes. He shot himself in the foot, and all the stupid. And the best was like his wife and his mom put up these pictures on Facebook, like, he knew what he was doing, it was holstered, his hand wasn't on the trigger, he did all these things, that it's got a safety, And I mean, yeah, no. He still screwed up and he just didn't realize how. So we're gonna go over how. I have pictures. He was big mad when I pointed that out. When I pointed out how it happened, he was real big mad for me. But you know what? Luckily for him, it was like a 22, 35, I don't remember. But I think the 32 maybe. Something stupid and little with a through and three needle, like 2 stitches. Like Alec Baldwin didn't have his finger on the trigger. Yeah, pretty much. Although this is worse because he was claiming that the pistol was in a holster on the floor of the passenger side, and he tried to move it into the center console while it was still in a holster, and magically it shot him in the foot. I have questions. I just there's some things I'd like to know. Okay. Um, but yeah, it was interesting. Zulu, hello, hello. I've, I've missed you. See, I'm alive and made it through. Don't look the greatest makeup free, but I'm not stuck in an airport or a hospital today, so thanks for the laugh. Oh, there's gonna be lots of laughs. There's a lot. There's a lot of stupid. A whole lot of stupid. Let's see. I'm trying to picture it. Sadly, you're laughing with me. Okay. Hmm. Who wants a good laugh? Hey, Zulu. Hey, hey boy. Hey. Um, we'll give you guys a good laugh. So when I was still a young paramedic, working out in Chester County, which is eastern Pennsylvania, at the time there was only 4 paramedics on duty for the county. It's a low population density area. Most of them run just kind of like EMTs. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. To call for a medic, we downgrade a lot of the stuff. And so we're all sitting there one day, and I get told to call the desk, which usually means that either A, Stephanie got in trouble, which like 9 out of 10 times that's what that was. I mean, I don't deny it. There was no shortage of that one, or that there was a SWAT detail that they needed that they didn't want to put out, or there was an issue they didn't want to put out publicly over the radio. And I called the desk. Then it was my best friend's husband, now husband, working. I was like, "What's up?" And he goes, "I need you to go to these cross streets, and there's a police officer having an issue. He's been shot, and he needs a medic." I'm like, "At Tahoe. Like, why are you calling me? Dispatch it out with an ambulance. Like, well, what do you want me to do? Just show up with my Tahoe and like strap into the roof, jump in the passenger? Like, I don't know." And he's like, he doesn't want to put out over the radio. He's not sure how bad things are. He doesn't want to say any. Just can you go check it out? The chief asked if you could go. Okay, fine. So I went, rock on up, park my Tahoe, flip my lights on, walk up to the driver's window, and do the rap on the window. He rolls down the window, and I'm like, "What's going on, officer?" And he's obviously in some pain and having some issues. And I'm like, "I think you probably need an ambulance. What happened?" I got shot. Um, okay, well, like, is the scene safe? Who shot you? Like, what do I need to do? Well, it was negligent discharge. Where? In the police car. My man? Hold on. My man, I'm gonna need a little more than that. He goes, well, is there another paramedic? Because I really don't want to talk to you. I'm good at what I do. Why don't you want to talk to me? I feel very unloved. I want, but no, there's no one else, so you're stuck with the girl. And then I look down, because he's kind of looking down. He had taken his duty belt off for some reason. And he had tucked his weapon in his waistband like appendix style. And when he went to move it, he shot himself in the junk. And didn't want to put it out over the radio. I'm not known for being able to keep a straight face. And y'all know I make some pretty ridiculous faces here. But tell me you can keep a straight face. You shot yourself in the nuts. You shot yourself in the nuts. Sir. What? You're a police officer. What? Yeah. He really didn't want to go. I'm like, you have to go to the emergency room. I was like, I'll drive you. Get in the, fine. Grab some towels. If you bleed on my seat, you're cleaning it. Get in the passenger side of Tahoe. I'll drive you. But yes, he didn't want to show me because I'm not sure why. I'm like, I can't fix it if I can't see it. Anyone fire EMS will tell you, you're not my patient until you're naked in my patient because I can't fix what I can't see. But he was super self-conscious because A, it was the only female medic, and B, he shot himself in the nuts. He actually lost one of his testicles due to the shooting. But when I called the hospital to tell him what I was bringing in, I don't think he's ever been met by more people in his life. It wasn't cheaper than a vasectomy because only one side went. I'm in a good vasectomy. He did get called the one ball wonder for a very long time, not by me. But like, what do you do? You're me. You're like, you did what? Questions. Well, I don't even know what to say at this point. Memento, he only hit the beans, and one of the beans was gone. But surprisingly, I've had quite a few people shot in the beans on the Frank. I've had some interesting shootings. You know what? Okay, vote for my like 10 people that are here. What do we think? We can do a Lair after dark where we discuss some of the spicy calls involving weapons and things. Where we discuss Lair after dark. We'll get spicy. So if you guys want Lair after dark, you let me know. Yeah, just Zulu. I had nothing to do with the nickname because I was trying to be professional. I mean, I had better nicknames than that, but I think until the day he retired. And I can say after that, he didn't talk to me for like 8 years. I would see him on a call and he would turn around and get back in his police cruiser. Could not look at me with a straight face. Yeah, just say no to appendix. He had taken his duty belt off, and I guess he wanted to go run into a Wawa or someplace to get coffee, not with the duty belt on, so he just tucked it. Went in, came back out, sat back down. When he went to go grab it, to take it out of the waistband and put it back on the duty belt, we weren't careful with what we grabbed, and that's not something you that's not a mistake you generally make twice. I mean, you can, but it's usually pretty good learning opportunity. Great idea, better than late night TV. Okay, we'll do a spicy Lair live after dark. There are some spicy. There's a lot of stupid and spicy gun calls I've gone on. My employees will, like my former EMTs, will tell you if it was stupid and involved a firearm. I was usually the first person there to laugh. Yeah. And Memento, I did have one gentleman who was shot in the groin, who the only thing this man cared about was the beans and the prank. Not that he'd been shot, not that his best friend had been shot 12 times and the coroner was there for his best friend. No, all he cared about was his junk and was it going to would it still work for all the ladies. And he yelled about it the entire way to the hospital. And the entire way through the hallway to the trauma room. And no, Steven, this isn't a man thing. Like, if you got shot and your best friend was dead, and you does it still work would not be your first question. I should hope. But he kept yelling it, and I'll never live this down. I stopped dead in the middle, like in the middle of the hallway, and very loudly said, "Look, it's gonna work just fine. You missed everything other than your inner thigh. But stop asking me about your junk because it's not impressive. So yelling about it and bringing attention to it is doing you no favors. So if I were you, I would stop because this is the last time I'm going to tell you that. Otherwise, I'm going to very loudly reprimand you, and the entire emergency room will know what you're working with and who to stay away from." Yeah, I'm not in trouble for that one. I told you a little bit nicer. But after like 35 minutes asking me about it, I was just like, "Look, I've seen thousands of them in the line of duty. And yours, not in the top 50%, okay? Just enough." Sir. Sir, enough. I was just like, "What are we doing? Like, why? Why? Why do you need to yell this?" Oh, whatever. For some reason. He was cruising for photos. That cop there were photos taken because he actually, the police officer, there was photos circulating because it happened on duty and has to be documented for workers' comp. Thank God I didn't do OSHA then, because I'm not filling out that workers' comp paperwork. Like, I just, with a straight face. Oh, Memento, when I yelled that very loudly and him that, like, because I was annoyed, everybody, every resident, intern, nurse, nursing student, that was a revolving door for that room. That room literally was a revolving door of people because I was yelling at him over it. Because it was like 25 minutes on the way to the hospital with him asking me about it. Like I can't. I'm sorry. The amount of mishaps are just, you know, I always tell everybody I have a couple life rules, and when I teach my shooting classes, I give the same life rules. Watching you, you know that the like veteran medics or veteran firemen have their sayings and their rules, right? And so I used to always tell people, you're not my patient until you're naked in my patient. And when I taught paramedics, they're not your patient until they're naked in your patient because you can't see what you can't, whatever. Two, if it starts with hold my beer and watch this, it's going to end with a paramedic. Mhm. That's where hold my beer and watch this ends. Almost every time. Every time. The phrase, it seemed like a good idea at the time, should never come out of your mouth. And if it is wet, sticky, and not yours, don't touch it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Wet, sticky, not yours, no touch. No touchy. Um, so, you know, there's a lot of the hold my beer and watch this stories involving firearms. And I was always just like, please don't. Why? You know, Stephanie's life rules. Oh, and then my other life rule. If it is not something you want to hear in this lovely voice or my radio voice, which sounds a little bit more like this, because when I have to talk on the radio, I have to drop my voice a little bit so people can hear me better. If you don't want me to announce it over the county radio because it will be horribly embarrassing, then don't do it. Mm-mm. If you don't want every nurse in the emergency room to hear about it when I yell it through the emergency room, then maybe we should rethink doing that, what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, hey, can't tell the number of firearm stories that those rules would have stopped. The number. God. How often did I encounter someone shooting their own finger or hand? Um, a handful of times, Kendra. I had a police chief that blew his hand and arm off with fireworks. He decided he was going to set up a 4th of July celebration and blew his hand off with fireworks. Okay. Um, hmm. No, Kendra, he didn't forget to run. These are like the expensive fireworks, like you light and they like shoot the mortars up in the air. And I don't know what he was doing, but something went off right next to him and he blew his hand and arm off. And then he ended up in like this whole downward spiral. We can cover that one. That one deserves its own episode because he then got arrested for other things that came to light after it. But you believe it? What? I have female police. Anyone, anyone that handles it needs like, here's your sign. Yeah, pretty much. Um, don't tell Runkle that. Runkle the Bailey likes to deal with fireworks. He puts on fireworks shows, but he has a permit to do it. Um, but yeah, we had that one. I had a female police lieutenant who cut 3 of her fingers off on a table saw. Ma'am? Okay. Like, don't push things through with your hands. Why use extra blocks of wood? Oh, we all knew that, but okay. I've had that one. Um, Kendra, sadly, the majority of self of unintentional self-inflicted wounds I've had, that's dramatic. It was something like, hi Joshua. I was like, you literally just cut 3 of your fingers off of the table saw. You didn't think like pushing something through with your bare hand was a stupid idea? No? Okay. But I've had a few that shot themselves in the head unintentionally because for whatever reason they were having issues with the slide. So what they would do is put the firearm between their legs and try to use gravity and like their whole body weight to push down to rack their slide, usually so they could pull it off and get it to that slide stop point. And they don't realize their other hand, the thumb, was on the trigger when they were pushing down and ended up shooting themselves right here. And those generally are not survivable. And you feel horrible. No. And the one that shot himself, the last one I know that shot himself in the head was actually the little brother of a kid I went to high school with. And that's why he shot himself in the head trying to disassemble a pistol that was loaded. And he did not survive it. You feel like a dork if I get a paper cut or a thorn. Oh, Texas, the things I could tell you. Kilt Warrior, drill through the hand. Yes, I have, but I was on, what's the name of that show on TLC? What's the name of the show? Because I was on TLC for the show. I have to look at the number. Bear with me for 1 second. Untold Stories of the ER. I got to be interviewed on Untold Stories of the ER. We had a 21-year-old kid who ended up with a chainsaw in his neck. He did survive. Drill through the hand. I mean, I just had somebody not that long ago. I had to go out for a technical rescue who nailed themselves to the wall literally with a nail gun through their hand, and then they had to call the fire department because they were stuck. So we had to cut out a piece of the wall and take the wall in his hand and him to the hospital. What? The things. The things. Texas Beast. The things that people do that end with 911 phone calls. You're like, and all my medic students come back to me and they're like, yeah, your rules of, don't start with hold my beer and watch this if you don't want it announced on the radio, they're all true. Yeah, they are. Because it's real embarrassing. Yeah. It was literally called 911. I got gunned down in a parking lot. I jumped. Joshua, what? Joshua, I need to hear the story. Yeah, Joshua, I need more. I need some context to this, Joshua. Sir, I need more. Can't leave me with that. That's not where that belongs. One of the unfortunate fireworks, firearms things I got to deal with is I was a set medic when I was first a paramedic because they were filming a movie near my college campus, and I was a paramedic, and they were hiring medics to do it. And I was like, oh, easy money. Yeah, it was the first Jackass movie. Never again. Until you have like Steve-O, Bam Margera, and that crew at the height of their drug-addicted original Jackass movie days. The amount of stupid. I was like, I'm done. I can't. I just can't. I had to ratchet strap a chainsaw to a patient to keep him bleeding out. What the fuck? Yeah, watching you. My gentleman that had the chainsaw in the neck, we actually just disconnected the blade from the body of the chainsaw and took the blade and the chain, stabilized it, and left the rest of the chainsaw there because you can just remove the blade assembly. He was like, yeah, and we took him down to the trauma center. And I'll have to see, there's actually public pictures of his x-rays. Yep, yeah, we've had that one. I've had lots of unintentional self-inflicted shootings. I did have a patient of mine that shot himself that I saved get arrested over me. He was very mad that I saved his life. He was big mad that his attempted suicide did not go well. And I went grocery shopping like 3 in the morning when I got off shift one day. And I got hit with a loaf of bread, which was a little bit strange. Like, who threw a loaf of bread? And then I saw security go running after this old dude who was throwing jars of jelly at me. And it was the guy that I'd saved. He was at a hospital out of his psych hole, and he saw me screaming, "You saved my life, you." Four-letter word. Oh yeah, he was very big mad at me. What am I gonna do? I guess do it right. Don't take it out on me. I gotta do my job. I can't let you just. Who hit someone with bread? Yeah, like dude was like in his 80s. He chucked the loaf of bread at me. Apparently, he threw a jar of jelly at me and missed, and it had broken that store. So it was interesting. It was a lot of interesting, but all the things I could tell you. Then the marshmallows. Like, go ahead, throw marshmallows at me. Why not? Like, I'll throw them back. Um, but okay, so it's almost 11:30, and we've been here for about an hour. So I'm gonna take one last little rude. What about a peanut? No, oh no, more rude. Stop throwing food. What's wrong with you? Why? I don't understand. So I'm gonna take one. This is like IG live without the easy interaction. Jacob, I will. I can go live on IG. If you guys want me to go live on my IG, just send me a message, let me know, and I'll go live on IG for you guys. I have no problem doing that. Just let me know where you guys want to go live. You guys let me know what you want. The channel is here for you. I made the channel not because I want to be YouTube famous, not because I want 100,000 subscribers. I'm hyper focused on numbers. Twitch, I can do Twitch. I did it because I hate misinformation. While I love a lot of gun channels, they can be very problematic because if you ask a question, like a genuine question, you get 87 weekend warriors screaming at you, but they know better and they're really unfriendly. And I don't play that game. I would say, like, everybody starts someplace. We're not gonna shame people for not knowing something. Okay, Twitch or IG Live, I have votes for. Okay, so here are my last questions before I sign off for the night, all my lovely beasties. For the 13 of you here, thank you. Do the YouTube things on the way out. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends to come over here. If there are people that are usually looking for me or interacting with me on other socials, tell them where to find me. I hear you there. What's my IG handle? Lokificentyt Lair. It should be my description box. Just type in Lokificentyt where I am. I'm also Lokificentyt@gmail.com. So you guys tell me what you want. But Texas Beast, you can be antisocial with all of us. I think all of us are somewhat antisocial. So to recap, we have made our decision later. I'm gonna set it up tomorrow. Later this week, we will do the 6-hour lawsuit live. We are going to put some of the filmed content up, and then I will probably be live probably Tuesday or Wednesday for the 6-hour. And Friday most likely for the Lair Live. Celt Warrior, you can email me at lokificentyt@gmail. And here, considering Rumble, I do have a Rumble page I just put up, and I'm going to simul stream my stuff on here and on Rumble soon. So you guys can catch me both places. I can get away with a little bit more with Rumble, like we can disassemble things on live over, some of the YouTube things. If there's anything, Kel just email me or hit me up, and I will look for that ammunition for you. Email me, reach out, do whatever. I'll set it up for the middle of the week. We'll do the SIG lawsuit. We'll hang out. We'll talk, and then we'll have our Lair Live on Friday, and we'll try to make it like a weekly standing thing. So good to see you all. I'm gonna lose most of my voice. I will take care of myself. Be good. I'm not always such a good girl, but I will try to take care of myself. I appreciate you all. I love you. I love all my beasties. Enjoy. Invite more people to Lair. We'll have fun. And I'll see you soon. If you go over to my Instagram, please let me know what you think of the new channel logo. Or if you go onto my YouTube, check out the new channel logo. We have new channel art. If you guys are interested in it, I'm going to put some on t-shirts. So, Jacob, thank you. All the subscribers. Have a great night, all you guys. So glad I got to talk to you. I will talk to you very shortly. I promise. It won't be this long. Love you all, my beasties. Stay safe.